Water district budget.
At the town board meeting on October 3rd, 2025, the town board set the public hearing for a water district budget at 7:05 p.m. on October 21st, 2025. All members of the public will now be heard.
Anyone in the public want to talk about water district? Iris?
I just want to understand the rationale for the increase.
Costs have gone up,
Anything
And-
in particular?
energy, salaries, benefit costs, retirements. The energy was a big one.
Alright.
And I think I would say that we held it steady for 3 years, I believe, so we did the best we could for a long time. Anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, are the properties shown on the map, the 2008 map, actually in the water district now?
So if you look further down, I do have that resolution to adopt that 2014 map, which will bring you into compliance. Or excuse me, bring you into the district.
Oh, okay, so
This-
is it a retroactive?
I was not aware that she was not in the district. You haven't provided the map that we're currently using.
You looked at it.
Yeah, I saw that map and she's in the district.
Yes, that's.
She was
the
in
map.
The old
Yes.
map, I wanna see the old map, I wanna see the difference.
So any questions about the water district budget? Budget,
Well, I have the same
Okay.
questions,
okay,
but it's not being answered.
okay.
So
Water
we're just
district
not-
budget, what's that?
We're just moving on.
We're in a budget hearing for the water district right now, so.
He's saying that we're discussing something different than the map, and so that he just wants to discuss the budget.
Oh, okay,
That's what the public.
That's
Got it.
that's what he said.
thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
have a quick question. Is there anything on the budget for present and future water treatment needs?
No,
Why not?
because we don't know what those are gonna entail at this point, and once we have an idea.
We know that there's a consistent level of PFAS that has to do.
There is a reserve fund, so it is possible that in the future, that this is my belief, I'm not talking for the rest of the board, I'm just talking about me. There is a reserve fund for the water district, so there is a possibility that money could be taken out of the reserve fund to deal with that. So there's not a plan yet to deal with it, but there is money in reserve. It wouldn't necessarily have to come out of the budget. It wouldn't necessarily have to come out of this budget, because the reserve is like a bank account that is there in case we need it.
So I assume there's nothing in there to hire a hydrologist to look into the source of the contamination.
We did talk to the head of the water department today, and no, there was not a line item to pay for that. In addition, we were a bit perplexed, that there wasn't a quarterly testing line item. Of course, we are doing quarterly testing and it's being paid in other ways, but
Actually, that's
This-
not true, Ben.
it's not in the 26 budget.
There is testing in there,
Yes, there's not a line item.
specifically for PFAS, no, but there's a line for testing in there. We also do have a $50,000 capital to start to explore, not in the budget, but separate.
So one of the things that,
Excuse me, for testing and design work.
So that should allow for some flexibility then if the board decided to go.
one of the things that we also discussed with him is that obviously the town can move to have a stricter testing than the quarterly testing. And in fact, the quarterly testing may come to an end and then it just be annual testing. So all of those things could play into whether or not we are going to spend more money or could in fact be spending less money. We didn't have answers for those questions, which, you know, is a bit of concern.
Any other questions? Any questions from the board?
No, although just to be aware, as we talked with Larry this morning, and as the board members that were present did so, we do want to do some more thinking before we lock in everything, because we just,
So we don't wanna adopt the budget.
well, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I think we want to leave the public hearing open, and we could.
Okay, so I would-
Resume it on the 28th, and by then we should probably, those of us on the board that are still doing our deep dive, would probably have some more comfort.
Okay, so I'll recess this public hearing to the call of the chair. Megan? Yep, 7:10, so if you could read the next one for,
At the town board
On-site.
meeting on October 3rd, 2025, the town board set the public hearing for on-site district budget at 7:10 PM on October 21st, 2025. All members of the public may now be heard.
okay. Any members of the public want to talk about the onsite? Anybody talk about the onsite? Anybody at the table want to talk about onsite?
Same thing as.
Was there questions for people online?
Okay, so if
Are
nobody.
there questions
once,
for,
twice,
do
3
people
times, we're out.
online on
I
Zoom get a
will
question?
recess the public hearing for the onsite sewer district budget to the call of chair. And I'm gonna go read a few more resolutions, we have to wait till 7:15. So the next resolution happens to be it resolved to accept the May 12th, 2014 Woodstock Water District map as accepted by the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation.
Second.
Discuss.
All right, discuss.
I still have questions which we actually just brought forward during that budget presentation. I'd really like to see the map that we're currently using and how the map that is being proposed to be adopted differs specifically. Which properties are not in the water district in the old map that are in the water district in the new map. The new map clearly has changes to it. I'd like to know specifically, what are those changes?
So go see Larry, but I can tell you that Mary Jo, I can tell you the Bearsville Center. And 3 properties up on Yerry Hill have all been added to the water district.
The 3 properties on Yerry Hill are town properties, correct?
No,
So what I'm interested in understanding is that it?
Yeah.
There's nothing else that's different?
No. I don't know, we brought this up, we.
So you're saying that her property was in,
It's not, it will be when we adopt this new map.
So why don't we try to obtain the document, share it with the board and
That's a
table
great
this for
idea.
now?
Go talk to Larry, okay, so I'll table that. Whereas Robert Green Truck Division won the Onondaga County contract number 0011171 /0011142 statewide piggyback contract, therefore be it resolved to authorize the highway superintendent to purchase 2024 Dodge Ram 5500 cab 4x4 with Fisher 9.5-foot flat steel B plow and a 4-yard spreader for $106,381.70. Be it further resolved to transfer $107,000 from the highway unappropriated fund balance to the truck capital fund H2400.099.
Second.
Any questions?
Yeah, so a question, I understand that the highway department had 13 trucks and 13 routes. Is that actually accurate? And Corey's in the audience here.
Yeah,
to
Cody.
represent the highway.
Cody,
Cody, sorry.
okay.
Executive session.
So we do, we have 13 trucks and 13 routes, we have. One additional pickup that does parking lots and assists. And we have an older truck that is a backup truck in case one of them breaks down. Right now, we are down one of the trucks and we're looking to upgrade to a smaller, more efficient and less expensive truck.
So the whole fleet has been downsized to be more agile, okay.
Correct. And the truck that we did get rid of, it had some substantial frame damage that was beyond our ability to repair.
Okay, is that a sellable truck? Is it?
It has been sold.
It has been sold,
Yes.
okay. And those monies have been deposited back into your
Correct.
highway fund?
I believe it goes back into a capital, I'm not exactly sure how it works, then it works our way back in next year into available funds, but yes, it has been deposited.
Okay, thank you.
All in favor?
Uh,
Tell Donald to go buy his truck. You resolve to authorize the supervisor to sign agreement with Walter A. McDermott, telephone auditing services.
second,
Any questions? Discuss?
Yeah, I continue to be perplexed about. This, I don't understand why we're doing a telephone system auditing to.
Because it doesn't cost us anything, and if they find savings. We save money.
yeah, I know, last time this came up, I know I was skeptical. I read through all the documentation, because you were sending some documentation about, what they're offering. The fact that it is free, because they're only gonna get paid if they find savings, so it is free. And that there may be things, they'll get all of our phone bills, and they'll probably even get a Spectrum bill. And then they know where to look to see if there's anything hidden that's still hanging out. So, and I also read the, the letters of what they found in another town, another city, or a village in the city. So I think given it costs nothing, it could save us money. I'm comfortable at this point to say go forward, because they may find something that we don't know. And they could find, and they'll go retroactive, they say if they find an overcharge, that they can go back 6 years, and they will look to get money back from 6 years prior. So to me, it seems like, it couldn't hurt, and it could save us money, so I'm comfortable with it at this point.
I would rather leave this to the next administration to decide whether or not we're gonna phone. Telephone systems.
Well, call the question.
Newell is the next.
Yeah, I know, handing over our phone records right now.
Okay. So all in favor?
Well, I'm in favor of it.
Aye. All against?
No,
No,
Okay, so
So
failed.
Okay, and speaking of the other one, the water district map, did we table that? What did we actually do about the water district map? I know you're gonna get some more information, but was it actually tabled?
Table.
It was actually tabled.
Okay, so Megan, if you could kindly read the Hamlet sewer.
The town board meeting on October 3rd, 2025, the town board set a public hearing for Hamlet Sewer District budget at 7:15 PM on October 21st, 2025. All members of the public will now be heard.
Right, any questions about the Hamlet sewer district from the public? Once, twice, anything from the board?
Yes, so looking at the 2025 budget. To the 2026 budget, I have a couple of questions. The estimated revenue drops by a little bit of money, why is the revenue dropping?
Which revenue line?
So Hamlet's sewer district.
Yeah,
And look at the second column, I'm looking at this document here. And it is, you've got the numbers there,
Yes, that's 2025, so.
right, and
it was
comparing
last
it to
year.
2026. The line item drops by about 4,000 and some change, and I'm curious as to why the revenue would drop.
where are you looking on in the new budget?
It's a
This is,
page.
this is the front page of the new budget right here.
Oh, so, I'm gonna show them, I was gonna show it. Yeah, so what everyone was looking at is you've got revenue from sewer 334, but for some reason you've only got estimated revenue of 330, but you've raised the rates. So if you expect the same amount of usage, you think that the revenue would have gone up. And so Newell's question is, why did the revenue go down? When you raise the rates, wouldn't the usage be the same? So wouldn't this number be a bigger number than the 334?
Well, if you look here, the metered sales have stayed the same, some of the other things have dropped. Revenues and penalties have not been hitting the mark. If you look, we budgeted 6,000, we're only at 1,700, so I dropped that number. Interest and earnings, anticipate that going down, although maybe not
So
quite.
you're based on actuals, but
Yes,
you're based on actuals,
trends,
trends.
yeah.
My second question then is the column less expended, unexpended balance.
Mhm.
So it. We have last, for 2025.
Mhm.
Out of the 3.2 million that we came into this year, we took 16,857 to help balance this budget. Hamlet Sewer District, that's its own budget. The proposal is that we should take out of what's left in that unexpended balance, 71,000.
Cause we're way
Or
over,
13.
we're way over what the fund policy projects.
So that's separate from. This money is required to balance the budget. So fast forward, and when we sit down to do a 2027 budget, we're gonna have to hit the taxpayers with
The rates will
about
probably, it
$140,000.
depends on where the expenses go.
Okay,
Well, the other thing to consider though, that when we talked to Larry Allen this morning, he did say, and of course, the capital funds, well, the different funds, the capital and the reserves. Need to have different reasons to use it,
Mhm.
and he did say it's probably time for a new pump truck. So it may be smarter to use that money for a new pump truck than needs anyway, as opposed to shrinking down the unexpended fund
We'll have a
balance.
resolution in our next meeting to do the pump truck. We have a capital for the reed bed, which has more than enough money to
See,
pay for the pump truck. And the reed bed's just not gonna happen at this point.
we have systems from the 1980s that he's very concerned about. So we might, as a town board, consider the reserves being utilized to look at those 1980 systems. And figure out, if something goes wrong, how large of a problem will that be for us?
yes.
Well, part of the concern is we need to make sure that we get enough pumping done.
So is the pump truck, so that you said to me next, future meeting soon.
Yes,
So will he be able to get his pump truck in 2025?
if the board votes for it, yeah.
Okay, so the board votes for it, then we don't have to worry about 2026.
No.
Okay, cool.
The pump truck, by the way, I think was $264,000.
Yeah.
We'd be pulling out end of year.
And I think the read number was like 280.
Yeah.
So the read fund didn't have enough as a
I'm assuming that we wanna
recess.
recess this as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I will recess the public hearing on the Hamlet sewer to the call of the chair.
But I will say, I think these sessions we've had have been excellent from the standpoint that, well, Anul and I for sure are gonna be on the board without you, Bill, and you have known all this for so long, and in my opinion, kept it, had a great control over the money and keeping things in great shape. But as new people pick it up, we have a lot of questions to ask. We've been doing a lot of deep dives with the department heads. And Bennett's been very active in part of that as well. So between Anul, Bennett and I, we've had a lot of deep dives. I think it's been a very healthy way to approach the 2026 budget.
So now my next is about the preliminary budget. Anul, I see that you've made a request here. Are these the only changes you're thinking?
These are the crisis level changes that I want to bring forward right now. So that when we go to public hearing, we can have a discussion about the biggest dollar amount. My expectation, and I anticipate working with the rest of the town board to go through more line items, and we'll have some smaller resolutions. However, these are two that I want to bring forward before we go to public hearing. So that we're very transparent with the public and answer any.
So now my question is, if you're gonna have more, and we're meeting next Tuesday, why don't we see if we can do more of them and then adopt?
We don't know if we'll have more,
Then that's fine.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
so I would really like, well.
I prefer
I'm
that.
not going to vote on it, yeah, so we're gonna have to table the whole vote on the budget.
That's what I'm saying.
And will that push back the public hearing?
No.
Is there a time frame?
No.
Okay.
Well, there is a time frame,
Yeah.
but
Well,
we'll
we're good.
we'll meet.
Well, the value, I think it's good to share with the public, and I appreciate all the work, and Noah's done a lot of work on figuring out. Because I think the three of us that were at the table this morning to discuss the budget, we're thinking instead of going with taking out the $2 million from unexpended fund balance and then lowering the taxes, that it's a smarter idea long term to maintain the tax rate, not to raise the taxes, not only be under the tax cap, because we're not going up to the tax cap. The idea is to maintain the taxes, because there are things that we know we still need to do. There are one-time things. We still know the youth center is still a problem. We know that we still have even though we may not use water, even though, people are still concerned about 10 Church Road, I'm just saying, they are concerned. And we may want to, and I want to thank Marcel, I heard Marcel speak at the WC meeting to raise the point. I don't want to steal Marcel's thunder because this idea came from Marcel. But because Marcel said, even if, no matter if we get somebody else to pay for our future work we do, it's nice, we may need some seed money to do it, so I was reducing this now might not be a good idea. And the thing about, and you may say, well, if it's affects the water district, but I know from talking with Julie Gleelock and Arlene Weissman on the Drinking Water Source Protection Plan group that the three of us are part of, that a lot of the water runs, if you look at 10 Church Road, the water runs through Woodstock, whether it hits the wells or not. It's groundwater and whatnot kind of running through the whole town. So it's really a smart thing. We just want to be careful. So I attribute this idea to
Well-
ourselves, but we want to be careful. So, and again, those, and Anil and I will be talking, we're gonna talk again Thursday. We may talk again before our meeting on next Tuesday, but we think today it's just better for the town to keep.
We can agree to disagree.
Can I,
And I would just point out that we are talking about this because of the budgeting skills that
You've been.
I've shown over the years. So that's why we have so
You
much.
have been excellent financially. I'm not speaking for the whole board when I say that, but I do believe you have had excellent control over the financials and kept this town in excellent shape, so.
So I do know a little something.
can I ask,
Okay.
can I ask a question?
Yes,
So when is the preliminary budget due to be?
we need to adopt it and schedule for the 6th is the last. Let me just. Look, just so I have the dates right, let me pick up. So we would need to we would need to adopt it and schedule. A public hearing, and we need 7 days to do that, so the public hearing would be on the 5th. We did it next Tuesday, we would make the cut.
So
So we need to adopt a preliminary budget next Tuesday and
that's the last day that we can do it.
and schedule technically, I think we could do it Wednesday. But Tuesdays are our meeting days, and that's cutting a little close.
You're fine with that?
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Okay, be resolved to authorize the supervisor to sign a maintenance agreement with charge points.
Second.
All in favor?
Fine.
This is 5-0. Be resolved to forward zoning amendments to chapter 260 of the zoning law regarding boundary. Line in the Hamlet Commercial District in the town of Woodstock zoning map. So the Woodstock Planning Board and the Ulster County Planning Board be further resolved, Woodstock Town Board invests the intent. To be lead agency regarding seeker and be further resolved, town board present. To direct supervisor. Prepare, we're talking about today, prepare seeker documents.
Second.
All discussion discussed,
So this is the Lasher property.
correct,
Okay, so what I did spend some time doing today was I spent some time, so there's gonna be the back part of it, which is now Hamlet residential, would be Hamlet commercial. And I was looking at the town law to see what is now gonna be permitted there. And so I was trying to build a list so that I didn't get a chance to send it to my peers on the board. But I think it's good for people to know what is now gonna be permitted, because there are different things that are not permitted today. On that, because that property is right next to a bunch of residences. So, I mean, we can do this and there's gonna be a public hearing, but I just wanna make sure that I started to build a list, I didn't finish building the list of what the differences are, but the town board, I think, should be aware of what will now be permitted in that area that's to residents.
well, just to be clear though. The line goes through the property,
Correct,
through the middle of the property, and actually through the middle of buildings.
correct.
And there is an argument to be made that because it bisects, you can do those commercial things on the entire property. The law is very unclear about that. This would just clarify it.
Well, I understand we clarify it, and it makes sense to have a full building either in or out of each district.
Mhm.
But the building that we all know, and didn't always love having to go, but we did, the building that is the funeral home. And then the two, the barn garages, would now be Hamlet commercial.
Mhm.
And you could have musical venues, we don't have a noise ordinance yet, so I just think people should know what is gonna be now allowed.
I think that, that's fair, and I'm glad that Lizzie's here. I don't know if we have an opportunity or should have any questions go to
If we
Lizzie.
do have questions,
But I will say that it's an exciting project. It does not appear to be a project that is going to take down trees or cause light or noise or anything like that. Actually, it's a project that could bring jobs and healthcare into the area. And so I will happily support this.
Yeah.
and to be clear, this is just sending the amendment to the two planning boards,
Okay.
but they're.
And I think Lizzie is wonderful, by the way, because you brought a lot of, you've done a lot of great things in Woodstock already, and I know you have a vision for this. I just think everybody ought to have all the information.
That's fair.
Thank you.
I had a question if you're done.
Yeah.
If you're not, you can continue.
No, I'm good, thank you.
This is for lots 8 and 10 and not lots 8, 9, 10, and 11. Is that correct?
Yes, I confirm this with Ron, 40 hertz, the attorney.
Okay, but because I'd seen a previous version that
Yes.
had the 9 and 11 in there. This is just for 8 and 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To explain,
Yeah, go right ahead.
yeah, so,
Thank you.
lot 8 is the library building, is at the moment. And lot 9 is the lot in front of it, which is the forever green, lawn area. So that one is already in, it doesn't need to change, that's why that one's not included in this zoning amendment. And then lot 11 is also not included, and that's the area which is the Victorian house at the front. And part of the 2 barns, and they're already in commercial, so they're just not included, so what we're trying to do is. Put a line behind the buildings.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
There is one other property that we could be looking at that somehow, for some reason, got bisected, and it's the municipal parking lot. Mountain View, but it's a town property and I mean, if we wanted to add that, we could, but I don't know that this reason.
Well, if the board thinks it's time to vote yes, I mean, if the census will vote yes, I'll vote yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so we'll send that out tomorrow to the planning boards. Thank you, guys. Public hearing, maybe? I know you.
Then I'm going back.
Oh, it's fine. We have 2 people on the list.
Yeah.
Is it Donna?
Donna, come on up.
I didn't get it until I knew it was.
With regards to the parking signs, I sent you all. You asked me to do my due diligence, I did, I spoke to all my neighbors, all but 2 want the signs, if you've read the information I sent you in emails. So I'm here again for the third time to try to get these parking signs put up, because they're a safety issue. For everybody in the neighborhood, not just me.
Would someone on the town board please forward that to me? I did not get it. I know at one point my email address was incorrect and.
Oh, because you're on here is, yeah, I sent it to.
Can you do me a favor and just send me an email and I will
Yeah.
do it in the.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so what's
I
the
have
general
it from
consensus?
Matt. Brought a copy, what I sent you. Do you want to read
The
it now?
minutes will be heard, so
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to take a copy, but.
If you want to give them a copy, that's fine.
Yeah, I think appreciate that.
So if the board could get back to me in a couple of days, take a look at what Donna has provided and if you want.
Well, are you the only one that didn't see it? Because I sent the emails to all of you.
I saw
Mr.
it.
Radcliffe.
Yeah, I saw it.
So I would like to hear what your thoughts are.
And this is publicly heard, not
Yeah,
not board be heard.
Yeah, we don't want to, so this is just for you to speak, but.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's not a back and forth,
oh, okay.
so, but I will poll the board and if I have a majority agreeable, I'll have the resolution next week.
Okay, because you said the resolution was gonna be tonight.
I haven't heard from anybody,
Oh, okay.
so
The board
if you guys could all get to me before the end of the weekend. Or before the weekends, that would be great.
But we're meeting again in a week.
next Tuesday.
Okay, and then what, we go through this again?
Yep,
Well, hopefully this is a resolution on the agenda for you.
Okay.
Megan?
Lori Acid?
I just wanted to urge the town board not to adopt a proposed budget that would obliterate millions of dollars from the unexpended fund balance. I think that it's very important that we maintain the fund balance as we have over the years. In addition, our excellent credit rating, because we have things like, you know, thanks to Marcel's research, we know that should the town have to remedy 10 Church Road, it could easily be $1 million right there. We have a federal government that's knee-jerk pulling money from states. We need our reserves, especially because these are very, very uncertain uncertain financial times. And I think it's foolish to spend things down right now, and I don't think it's the responsible thing to do. So I would urge the town board to pass an alternative budget. And I also wanted to just correct the misinformation that appeared in the Daily Freeman on the 16th of October, saying that the youth center task force is not active and has been, I forget exactly what it was, but the youth center task force, just so you know, has been working diligently with a grant writer from Ulster County supplied to help municipalities since the end of July, who has written millions and millions of dollars worth of grant applications. 22 million, thank you. On behalf of the town, we should begin to hear before the end of the year whether we're in the running for some of these grants. They range from everything to youth facilities, senior facilities, environmental facilities. There are, it's under the New York Consolidated Funding Application and also New York Bricks, which is also Parks and Rec. So the Youth Center Task Force has been doing a lot of work. And we are very, very grateful to Jen Metzger for making this grant writer available to us. This grant writer, by the way, has been working for Ulster County for 2 years and is available to municipalities through the county. Thank you.
Okay, we do adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Looks good.